I'm Dara Halfin, the founder of Sheela.ie, and you are really welcome to our YouTube channel. At Sheela, we're on a mission to empower you to take care of your pelvic floor health and explore your own body confidence. This week, we have a video all about cat-cow. This is part of our pelvic floor basics series where we take a movement and show you how to optimize that for pelvic floor health. Cat-cow can be 41% more effective at activating pelvic floor muscles than kegels alone. So let's figure out how to do it. So cat-cow is a yoga move. We're moving between two yoga postures, the cat and the cow. It is a floor exercise, so I've got my mat out here today. If you have any knee problems, we're going to be on our hands and our knees for this one. So if you have any knee issues, you might want to get a towel or a cushion, and you can just place that under your knees, or even wear knee pads to support the knees so you're not putting any extra pressure there. And similarly with your wrists, if your wrists get tired at any point, just come off the wrists and rotate them a little bit, or you can also do this on your fists. I'll show you what those modifications look like when we're in position. So let's start by getting into 4-point kneeling or tabletop position. So we want the knees to be under the hips and knees about hip width apart. Then we're going to put our hands on the floor, flat on the floor, and our wrists are underneath our shoulders. So we want a straight line down. So we need to be slightly flexible in the elbows. We don't want to be popped out straight, but nice and loose. And this is where, if you needed to, you could come up onto the fists if you had stiffness or any pain in the wrists. So we want to be pushing out of the wrists. It's a little bit of energy pushing out of the mat. Your feet are flat on the floor. And we're going to start in what's called tabletop position. This just means that the small of your back here is in nice and neutral alignment. So if you put a little baby orange there or something, it would not roll off. So cat-cow is really pelvic tilt in a kneeling position. So we did pelvic tilts before in our pelvic floor basics series, so do check out that video if you want to find out a bit more about what pelvic tilts are. But basically it's just a movement of the pelvis. We can tilt it backwards or we can tilt it forward. So we're going to just start by gently mobilizing that pelvis backwards and forwards, just reminding ourselves of that tilting movement. So I'm tilting it backwards, my spine is curving, my belly is lowering, and then I'm tilting it forwards. My spine is curving in the opposite direction, upwards now, and my pelvis is moving underneath me there. So I'm just doing that a few times to warm up. So we're going to start just gently rocking that pelvis, tilting, small movement here, forwards and backwards. Just tune in and see if you can feel anything at all happening in the pelvic floor muscles. So to move the pelvis like this, our pelvic floor muscles are activating and releasing. Activate as we squeeze the pelvis forward and release as we go backwards. We're going to add the breath to that. So as you breathe in, release, the pelvis expands here across the back, and breathe out, muscles engage, and we curl that pelvis underneath. Let's breathe in, expand, exhale, and squeeze those muscles. So to move this into our cat-cow, we're going to add in the spine a little bit more. So starting with our pelvic tilt, breathe in, relax the belly, allow it to soften and come down, and the back and spine is going to curve here at the top. So this is the cow position. We curve the back and allow the chin to come gently forwards and upwards. Then when we exhale, we're going to tuck the chin, curl the pelvis underneath, squeeze the pelvic floor muscle, exhale, and pull that belly button in towards your spine. Inhale, release. So this is the release, coming forward, expanding and releasing pelvic floor muscles here so they're ready for the next squeeze. Breathe out. Curl the pelvis underneath you. Breathing out, looking towards your belly button, pushing into the hand and away from the mat. Breathe in, release. So releasing our breath is really an expansion and a relaxation of the pelvic floor muscles. And as we breathe out, we engage the muscles. So this time, really focusing on the pelvic floor. See if we can start the movement really with the pelvis And squeeze those pelvic floor muscles as it tucks underneath you. Breathe in, release. Coming forward, nice and relaxed. You can take an extra breath here if you like, but just remember on the movement, when we squeeze our pelvic floor muscles, we breathe out. We're ready to go. Here we go. Breathe in, breathing out. Now this time I want you to squeeze anus, perineum, vagina as you breathe out. Breathe in at the top. Exhale. Extra squeeze there in that position. And then breathe in. Releasing. Breathe in. Ready to go again. Exhale. Squeeze. Anus, perineum, vagina. Really squeeze, squeeze, squeeze as hard as you can. Squeezing the ab muscles up towards the spine. Breathe in. Keep the squeeze this time. And when you're ready, breathe out, release. So it's great to move the spine, the pelvic floor muscles with our breath. So I'm engaging my muscles as I breathe out and releasing them on the inhale. But you can also hold the position and breathe. The muscles will stay relaxed here as you breathe. And you just want to engage them on an exhale. In this position, the cat position, your muscles will stay a little bit engaged. See if you can challenge yourself. Just keep fully engaged in your pelvic floor muscles, even as you breathe in. And then breathe out. And moving to release on the inhale. Right, to finish, you want to just come off your hands, give them a little bit of a rotation. You might want to just bring your feet together and knees together if you can. They don't have to be together, they can be wider. And just come into a little child's pose stretch here. You've worked your pelvic floor muscles. Remember, that's 41% more effective than a kegel on its own. So great just to give them a little stretch and release. Breathe in, expand. And let go. Breathe in. Expanding, letting go. It's great to finish on a stretch here. You're bringing more blood flow to the area, more blood flow to the muscles that you worked. And that helps, of course, with the recovery and with the laying down of new muscle fibers, helping those muscles to get stronger. That's it for this week's video. Thank you so much for watching. Do like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any other videos. We have some really exciting news this week. We are launching our Pelvic Floor Connection course this month to coincide with International Women's Day. If you want to improve your pelvic floor connection, if you struggle with kegels, if you want to prevent or treat incontinence or prolapse, this is the course for you. It's a short online course. There's a lot more information I could tell you about it. Do check out the links below this video. Thank you so much for watching.